never seen one of these. Wild. I'm in Yankton, South Dakota. Property records for the house behind me say it was built in 1885, so it's likely there's some pioneer era artifacts buried out back. I got permission to excavate the backyard, so we'll head back there. I took a closer look, and this architecture appears to be all original. If you notice the peaks on the crown moldings above the windows, that's typical of an 1880s era house. Here's the backyard. I spent a bit of time gridding this out, pushing probe rods through the ground, feeling for differences in compaction. And right over here, next to that yellow marker, I ended up hitting some glass and some stove ashes to take the topsoil off and see what's down there. We have two pieces, maybe our first two whole pieces, just about through this ash layer, and you see some kind of a use layer starting. Looks like a crown top soda bottle, contents 8 fluid ounces. That's circa 1920 World War I era. And this looks like it could be an ink bottle. Oh wow, that's an oldie. Let's see. L.H. Thomas. Oh wow, that's turn of the century. Look at that. And over here, looks like there's a liquor flask and maybe a drugstore bottle on the way out. Looks like maybe a third bottle. You got a drugstore bottle, tooled top, reinforced lip, World War I era. And let's see, a shoe fly liquor flask. That's turn of the century. It's getting better age. And this one's got me wondering, what is going on with this? I have no idea what this is. Could be like a paperweight, possibly. There's no markings that I can see on it. If anyone knows what this is, drop a comment. This pit is absolutely loaded. Got a ton of pieces on the way out, and I probed out a ton more down below. The age is getting better. The stuff has tooled tops. There's no embossing on that, but it's got a reinforced lip. Like some kind of cup. Wow, look at that color. That's wild. Let's see, might be more pieces below here. And another bottle. Okay. Wow, French square style. Sometimes these will have writing on the glass from the company that sold it. Nothing on this one. Has some groundwater in it though. Oh, we're nearly through the ash layer. On this side, that's where all these fragments are coming from, all this junk. It's like a jelly jar of some sort. I'll have to clear this off. An Acme jelly jar. And some broken fragments. The broken cup. This one here is interesting. It's Here's some kind of graniteware. That's an old drinking cup there. It's enamelware. You can see it's got two colors. It's got a blue handle, white body of it. Let's see. Okay, and this amber piece looks like some kind of amber bottle. These usually contain some kind of chemical. We do have writing on the bottom. Abbott Alkaloidal Company, Chicago, Illinois. Kind of a cool piece. Looks like maybe a cold cream container on the way out here. Another cup. It's had some nice patterns. Let's see here. There's just stuff everywhere in here. Oh, that's kind of fancy. Had a paper label. It's about deteriorated. Sometimes these have writing on the bottom. That's a really fancy cold cream container. Here. There's a lot of writing. Horlicks malted milk. Racine, Wisconsin. Sometimes these have a ground lip. This one doesn't. Early machine made. There's a lot of writing on that one. And maybe some kind of wine bottle. Got a nice color. Wow, that's a big one. So it's a turn mold piece. That's a big one, circa 1900. Down into the use layer, got a cold cream container and a bottle of some sort. Looks like there's writing on it. Glycothymoline, Cress Owens and Company, New York. That's a tooled top. It's a shoulder embossed there, you can see. Another one of these cold cream containers had a paper label on it, but it's too far gone. That's a strange, looks like a drugstore bottle. It's paneled. That's interesting. It's longer than most drugstore bottles. And another cold cream container. Looks like some kind of a coffee cup. Oh, that's awesome. It's intact. It's cracked. That's likely why they threw it away, but it's got a nice pattern to it. Let's see. Up over here, there looks to be an extract bottle sticking up the side. Or a drugstore bottle. Ah, okay. Thought that was writing on it. It's writing, but it's just measurements, not a drugstore's name. And we have, looks to be an ink bottle over here. Yeah, early machine made. Carter's ink. Look at that. Reinforced lip drugstore bottle. Same World War I era, just prior possibly. Looks like a soda, maybe a beer. Definitely a beer. That's machine made. No markings on it. Wow, look at all this stuff. Okay, some kind of, let's see, dye company? Radium Dye Company, Kansas City, Missouri. Wow, that's a early machine-made piece. I've never heard of this before. Kansas City, Missouri. Some kind of toiletry for sure. Let's see. Wow, I can't even get my trowel through the ground. There's so much stuff in here. Look at all this. Broken drinking glass. Early machine-made preserve container, could have contained relish, something along those lines. They're just stacked in here. Another beer bottle. No markings. It was machine-made though. Okay, that's a tooled top. Looks like some kind of chemical bottle. PD and Company. That's Park Davis and Company. They sold pharmaceutical products, I believe, out of Michigan. Okay. Ketchup bottle. What do we have on here? Can't tell the machine mark. I went through the stamp. That's early machine made though. And a early machine made drugstore bottle. Lyric style. That's the Illinois Glass Company mark, that eye and a diamond. Early machine-made shoe polish, shoe dressing type bottle. So you guys are probably wondering what's going on here. I've concluded this is likely an old outhouse pit that I'm digging up. We're right on the property line. If you see the different layers we're digging through, this is the topsoil backfill, and there's ashes, stove ashes, and underneath is where all the items were thrown. It was just a convenient dumping place once the outhouse filled up. So we should be getting down into a use layer soon. And in the meantime, we've got a few bottles on the way out. It's like a medicine bottle, a drugstore bottle. It's getting better age to it. Sometimes these have the style. Looks like this one's WBM Company, Western Bottle Manufacturing Company. They made a lot of pharmaceutical supplies. And it looks like another drugstore bottle. Some broken stuff in here. No embossing. It's got the graduated size and reinforced lip. It's 1908 to World War I era. Bigger piece here. Looks like some kind of a oil bottle. Early machine made. Bottom's blown out. Another one of these glass pieces. We thought maybe it was a soap dish or some kind of advertising piece. It's got ridges on this side. It did have some kind of paper. The label's too far gone though. Oh, there's a bottle underneath it. Okay, another toiletry type product. It's a tooled top. The A.S. Hinz Company of Portland, Maine sold a lot of products in this style of bottle. And a machine-made prescription bottle made by the Illinois Glass Company. Early machine-made. We have Kirchhoff, Paris, France. That's definitely some kind of toiletry, perfume, cologne, tooled top. Early machine-made beer. No embossing. Oh, here we go. That's an older mason jar. Dre mason. Looks like a drugstore bottle. Reinforced lip. No increments. Oh, some kind of little maybe powder jar of some sort. Machine made. Tool top drugstore bottle. No embossing. And some kind of little vial or... Huh. It's like the tip of a syringe. Huh. Early machine made. Owens Illinois Glass Company. I dug a test hole down. There's no end in sight. Solid stove ashes. But ended up spotting 4 pieces here. Looks like some kind of toiletry. Niall quality. That's a early machine made piece. Some kind of toiletry of some sort. Something in here. Let's see. Looks like a extract bottle. Tooled top. Would have had a paper label, no embossing though. Got 6 pieces on the way out. This is the most obvious one here. It's a lid I'd loosen. Oh, whoa! Look at this stuff underneath it. So here's some kind of metal basin. Could be a plate of some sort. Enamelware. But look at this. Citrate of magnesia. It's a early machine made. That's awesome. And it's like a little perfume bottle. Sometimes these have some fancy writing on them. This one's blank. And okay, I recognize this. It's a tooled top. It's a Saxlinger's Bitter Quell. It's actually a laxative water. I find these all over the Midwest. There's this circular thing sticking out of the wall. It's looks like the bottom to a flower planter. Sometimes these have company names or stamps. This one doesn't. Filled with stove ashes. I saw a couple, some semi-porcelain lids. This one has a nice pattern. Actually, both of them do. They're possibly teapot lids of some sort. Let's see here. This. Okay, it's a bean pot. And I don't see any stamping on it. That's ironstone china. Huh. It almost looks like a salad dressing bottle. Oh, Durkee. Yeah, you're a Durkee and Company. Looks like a novelty salt shaker made for the company that made salad dressing. And a cold cream container, remnants of a paper label, no embossing. There's a ruby flash piece here that could be interesting. Sometimes those have town names on it, but I gotta dig around it first. Saw a few pieces sticking out. It's like some little machine-made pill bottle of some sort. A little machine-made jar. Could have had some kind of powder, apothecary type product in it. Chamber pot lid. Oh, okay, an ironstone plate. Ironstone china, SI warranted, J and EM. I have a hunch that could be the Meakin family's initials. Alright, could this be intact? What do we have here? That's awesome. Ruby flash pitcher. There's no advertising on it, but these are always fun to find. That color is amazing. It's like some kind of figurine. Maybe a few. Oh wow, that's wild. Looks like some kind of maybe a toothpick holder or some kind of doll's shoe. Has that Victorian pattern. Some flowers, ornamental pieces. It's porcelain, I believe. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Looks like some kind of a headless figurine. Must have broken, and that's why they threw it down. There's another one next to it here. Could that be maybe some kind of religious figurine? Maybe represents the baby Jesus of some sort. Wow. Okay, this looks broken. Yeah, it's a broken machine-made beer. There's stuff falling out. Some kind of food bottle. Paper label. It's too far gone to read. No other embossing. The coffee cup. Ironstone china coffee cup. Utility wear piece. Machine-made beer bottle. Oh wow. Okay, Gordon's Dry Gin from England. This was a very popular product around the turn of the century. It was ordered in by the crate. Looks like... Huh. Another citrate of magnesia. Oh, that's some beautiful embossing. Look at that. It's a early machine-made piece. And tool top drugstore bottle. Must have had a hard landing back in the day. All kinds of stuff in here. Some more shells. I'm willing to bet this family went on a trip at some point and brought these home. Another drugstore bottle. Reinforced lip, circa 1910. Okay, another one of those drugstore bottles with the increments going down the front. Reinforced lip. These bottles are packed in here. Can't even put the trowel in without hitting something. It's like machine-made beer bottle. And another. Here's a tooled top, getting better age. Early machine made, we're right at that transition era around 1910 when they switched from tool top to machine made bottles. Little ironstone china plate. Royal Ironstone China, Alfred Meekin, England. He sold a ton of products around this time, around that turn of the century mark. Okay, tooled top beer. There we go. J. Heileman Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Again, these are just packed in here. This is amazing. Early machine made, no embossing. This has some nice color to it. Okay, tooled top. Look at that beautiful aqua. So I got that AB connected mark. Look at that. It's like a green, almost teal color. That's amazing. Oh wow, this plate's intact. Royal Ironstone China, another Alfred Meekin from England. Some kind of a medicine. Siemens vegetable liniment. I've never dug one of these. It's a tooled top. It's a kind of chemical bottle. E.L. and Company. Haven't dug one of these before either. Tooled top. Another machine made beer, no embossing. Oh wow. See, it's all starting to fall out. Looks like, okay, it's an Eagle style flask. You can see it has this ring on the neck, that's the indicator, it's early machine made. And this is trying to fall out. It's a broken beer bottle. Oh wow, okay. Got a early machine made Lee and Perrins. Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce. Just a melted jar, must have melted in a stove way back when. Down into an ash layer. Got some more stuff here. Another lid. Huh. It's got kind of a nice pattern on it, semi-porcelain. Looks like some more beers. Early machine made, no embossing. Early machine made, same, no embossing. A tool top drugstore bottle, reinforced lip, no other markings. Look at all this stuff, this is amazing. Looks like a tooled crown top. English ale of some sort, I think. Some kind of little pill vial. Isn't a ground lip, machine made though. Huh. Looks like it could be a ketchup bottle. It's machine made, early machine made. Bottom's blown out. Some kind of a preserve jar, early machine made. Tooled top. What do we got here? That's no embossing on it. Sometimes these will be embossed with this style here. Looks like a beer bottle on the way out. Oh, okay, another citrate of magnesia. Has that fancy writing. That's cool. It's a tooled top. Broken beer bottle. Oh, this is cool. It's a ground lip. Some kind of decorative piece. Not entirely sure. It's like a NB and Company. It's like a Paris-style drugstore bottle. Oh wow, that's a cool stamping. I've dug these down here in South Dakota with this stamping. Must have been popular around the area. Machine-made beer, no embossing. Broken one. And a tooled top beer. Okay. John Gunn Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Oh wow, some kind of oil lamp? I've never seen anything like this before. This actually might be true red glass. It would have had to add gold to it to make it this color. That's truly amazing. Tooled top Eagle style flask, pint sized. Whoa, that was a big drugstore bottle. That was a 32 ounce size. These are very rarely found. Clearly broke when they threw it, but I think it was a Philadelphia Oval style. It's like a tooled top, reinforced lip, drugstore bottle. Another tooled top Eagle flask.
machine-made beer bottle. It's blank. Blank drugstore bottle. There's a lot of blank ones from this era in Yankton. And another. There's actually only one drugstore during this time that embossed their bottles here in Yankton. It was Walbaum and Asif. The rest of them were all blank. Still no end in sight. This is something else. Got a bunch of drugstore bottles on the way out. Tooled top, 8 ounce. Here we go. Finally one with embossing. Gable and Peacock Pharmacists, Illinois and 16th, Indianapolis, Indiana. Wow, that's a Paris style, circa 1910. Unembossed drugstore bottle, no embossing. Oh, looks like some kind of a malt extract. AB Company 7. That's the American Bottle Company. It's a circa 1910 piece. This one should have been embossed. That's a big one. Big old drugstore bottle of 12 ounce size, I believe. Broken beer. Incremented side drugstore bottle. Another malt extract. Another AB Company. Another one with embossing. We must be getting down into that era. Walbaum and Asif, druggists, Yankton, South Dakota. I mentioned earlier that this was the final drugstore to emboss bottles here in Yankton. We've literally got a wall of bottles. This is wild. We still haven't even found bottom, but loosen this one. It's a Paris style drugstore bottle circa 1910. Look at this. Another one of these with the increments, still has some medicine in it, looks like. Tooled crown top beer bottle. AB Company, American Bottle Company. Some kind of toiletry perfume bottle, no embossing. Here we go. Machine-made beer. Looks like a tooled top Eagle style flask. Reinforced lip drugstore bottle. Standard drugstore bottle. Oh, look at that. That's an old beer bottle, a lot older than the contents of this pit. ABGM company. That's Adolphus Busch Glass Manufacturing Company. Would have had a cork top. Let's see. Another drugstore bottle with a reinforced lip. It looks like up here there's a couple pieces sticking out. Some kind of tool of some sort. And the lip of a bottle. They're one of those Paris styles. These are never embossed locally from Yankton. Maybe our first extract bottle, tooled top. Another beer bottle, tooled crown top. Cold cream container, no embossing. Machine-made beer. Okay. G. Heilemann, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Old style lager. It's shoulder embossed right there. And what's this thing? Glycothiamine. Okay. It's a early machine-made piece. Another drugstore bottle. And another. And another. Tooled top beer. Tooled crown top, AB company, American bottle company. I probed out a ton of stuff here. You can see there's a couple pieces exposed. There's a tooled top malt extract bottle. Looks like some kind of chemical bottle. Pharmaceutical, Park Davis and Company. Little tooled top drugstore bottle, no embossing. I couldn't even get a shovel through the ground here. AB company, tooled top malt extract. Tooled crown top beer. No maker's mark. What do we got here? Looks like a little sample perfume bottle. Maybe a cologne. Broken malt extract. WF&S Milwaukee, that's William Franzen and Sons. They made beer bottles around the turn of the century. I guess the malt extract was popular in this house. Another tooled top. Tool top drugstore bottle, no embossing. Machine made beer. Oh wow, there's a Star of David on it. BB Company? I've never seen one of these. Wild. A little pill vial. Turn mold. Wall bomb and acid, druggist, Yankton, South Dakota. Cold cream container. Oh, it says something on it. It says cold cream. Niall cold cream. I've dug some Niall products before. This one's machine made. Another malt extract, tooled top. Some kind of a food product, tooled top bottle. Tool top drugstore bottle. I thought this one would be embossed. It's a little different style than the other ones we pulled up today. I'm down 7 or 8 feet. The bottom layer has been a bit quiet, but this trash layer keeps producing. Got a few drugstore bottles on the way, it looks like. Banner style. It's got a tooled top. Another wall bomb and acid. Yankton, South Dakota, drugstore bottle. Just a tooled top drugstore bottle. Okay, oh wow, a little opium vial. I've always been told these contain opium. And another one. Maybe they were going through some kind of medical issue at the residence during that time. Looks like maybe some kind of apothecary. Oh wow, might be whole. Warranted stone china. Looks like some kind of a dish of some sort. You can see it broke, that's why they threw it away. I found bottom down 8 feet. In the final corners here, there's a few pieces. Drugstore bottles mainly. It's a tooled top, unembossed. Another coffee cup. Awesome. This one seems a little older. That's a tooled top, but it's an earlier style. Oh, there we go. Another wall bomb and acid. Yankton, South Dakota. This one's a 1/2 ounce size. Awesome. Looks like some kind of bakelite piece here. That's the biggest bakelite syringe I've ever dug. That's wild. Look at that. It's like a banner style drugstore bottle. Another one of these amber pieces. No embossing. That's older though. Another banner, different embossing on the bottom there. Tooled top. This one's been sticking out of the side. Let's see. That's got the increments, but a tooled top. Work our way up. We're almost done here. It's been sticking out of the side a while. Machine-made food bottle. This looks like a milk. Let's see. Big milk bottle. No writing on it though. Kind of little ointment jar of some sort. Cold cream container. What's this say? Registered oh, mentholatum. I've dug a lot of these over the years. Seen my videos, you've probably seen these before. Now it looks like there's one left. Some kind of a toiletry product. No embossing on it. It's like tooled top. Well, I think that's about it for this side. Now the final side. We've got some kind of really decorative piece on the way out. Look at this thing. I wonder what this is. Wow. I actually, okay, it's a cup. There would have been the handle. But that royal blue is wild. Look at that. A few more pieces, but a bunch of broken stuff. Oh. Ink bottle. Sanford's ink. It was a popular product in its day. Looks like it's early machine made. This pit's done. The pit's all finished up. The thing must have been almost 9 feet deep with something else. Just a ton of pieces. Everything dated back to around 1910. I'll give a rundown of some categories. Some household wares. See some dishes. Those figurines. Got those citrate bottles. Food bottles. Some liquors, liquor bottles, liquor flasks, bunch of drugstore bottles, That's about typical for a residence. Some cold cream containers, some odds and ends, that mason jar and ammonia bottle, a bunch of beers. I stacked them all up there. Some pharmaceutical products, some toiletries lined up there, and the malt extracts at top. This was a really good dig. Look at this pit filled back in and hit the road. Here's the back lot. I gridded and probed. And back here on the property line, you'll see the ground's been disturbed a bit. We ended up digging a pit there. It dated back to around 1910. So you'll see these marks I kicked in the ground. I believe there's another spot to dig. This could be a lot earlier since the house was built in 1885. There is a fence post in the way that we'll have to dig around. So we'll see how it goes. This is why I always recommend having utility lines marked out. We have just about every type of line running through this pit. Here's a gas line, a power line, and a cable line. And just beyond these, we're getting into some kind of pit. I have 3 bottles showing. Looks like some kind of a drugstore bottle. That's got some good age. That's circa 1905. And another one, same age. This might be a shoe polish. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I believe it is a shoe polish. These are usually embossed with Whitmore, Boston. You can see on the back side, this one had a paper label. It's too far gone to read. I'm fairly certain this was from the Whitmore company though. We just found this medallion. It's from the Kirkendall Jones and Company. It says school shoes and every pair is warranted. On the back side here, it's from the Exposition Universelle, 1889. This is really cool. It seems to be, it's made out of brass. Has an awesome design to it. And you can see we're down past the first clay cap layer. Starting to get into some trash. Looks like another shoe polish bottle. Tooled top, no embossing. And another. This is 120 plus years old. Oh, old sad iron. I find a lot of these, it's got a cold handle attachment to it. A lot of these I find are from the Enterprise Manufacturing Company. There's all kinds of blacks down here. Huh. Fill only to here. Huh. That's all it says. That's unusual. Almost looks like some kind of ink bottle. It's a tooled top. Huh. Looks like maybe a ketchup bottle on the way out. Let's see. Huh. Patented June 1890. H.J. Heinz Company. That's the same Heinz ketchup company that's in business today. It's got a tooled top. And some kind of a monogram on it. H.J. Heinz Company, Pittsburgh, trademark. Oh, we have lime. It's a good sign we might be getting into an outhouse pit. They used to throw lime over the pits to neutralize the smell way back when. Some kind of semi-porcelain plate. Sebring's semi-vitreous porcelain. And the layers are starting to soften up, so I think we're getting into something here. Tappen, German cologne. It's kind of melted, but that Tappen's German cologne. I've dug these before. Oh yeah, I don't think this pit's been cleaned out. Oh, look at that picture, that's beautiful. It's got a face on it. It looks like a lady's face. Oh wow, some kind of pressed glass pitcher. Look at all these bottles. Huh. Some kind of apothecary bottle of some sort. Tooled top. Vapocresylene Company. Patented July 17th, 1894. Vapocresylene. Has these ridges on it. Sometimes toxic products had ridges so that folks would be able to feel it in the dark and know not to consume it. It's like another shoe polish. Oh yeah, and there's remnants of the brush inside of it. Well, this may be another shoe polish. No embossing on it, but it's a tooled top. This pit is loaded. Wow. Warranted KT&K granite. That's a plain whiteware piece. There's 4 pieces exposed. It's like maybe another polish bottle of some sort. Shoe polish. No embossing, tooled top. You can see the color change. Those are all undigested seeds left over from an outhouse pit. Another polish bottle. Benton Holiday and Company, Chicago. Never dug one of these before. There's stuff everywhere in here. Huh. Some kind of a pickled goods container. Could have contained relish or even pickles. Another whiteware plate, ironstone china, J&G Meakin, Hanley, England. This was a popular company around the turn of the century. I gotta get this one out. That's really something. Excelsior Drugstore, F.A. Brecht, Yankton. It's got an eagle on top of a mortar and pestle. Wow. This pit is no end in sight. I noticed this turquoise color here. This is an unusual color for a plate. It's got a number on the bottom. That's wild. That is absolutely wild, that pattern. Wow. Looks like another shoe polish bottle, tooled top. Turn mold English ale. Some broken lantern pieces. Wow, I'm amazed at how much stuff is in this pit. I just hear all the bottles clicking down there. There's a turn mold wine bottle. Looks like a applied top. Kind of decorative plate. They must have thrown it because it broke. Looks like a ironstone coffee cup. The handle's broken off. That must have been why they discarded it. What is this? Looks like a flower pot of some sort, or maybe a bean pot. It says fire something on the bottom. Looks like there's actually burn marks. They must have been cooking out of it. Oh wow, that's a old mason jar, a ball with the mason's patent, November 30th, 1858. Awesome. Paneled piece. Phillips wheat phosphates. Never heard of one. It's a tooled top. Lydia Pinkham's vegetable compound. This was a very popular product around the turn of the century. Oh wow, that's an old beer. That's an applied top. Oh, it's got some English markings on the bottom. You know what, this could have been an ale, or it actually may have contained liquor. Either or. This is unusual. I don't even know what this is. Looks like it's got some floral pattern on it. Some kind of decorative piece, no doubt. And another Lydia Pinkham's. This was actually marketed towards females, for all female complaints, I believe an advertisement read. This one dates back to the 1890s. Old tooled top beer bottle. SB&G Company. That's the Streeter Bottle and Glass Company of Streeter, Illinois. This would have been sealed with a cork before they used pry-off caps for beer bottles. Tool top, likely another shoe polish, some kind of stationary product. Looks like a liquor flask, a shoe fly style. Usually held whiskey, brandy, something along those lines. Lamp chimney. These came in all styles back in the day. This was a big one. It's too big lamp. Some kind of bottle top and another bottle. Let's see. Oh, this looks like a prescription style bottle. Wow, Blake style. EM Coates and Son Druggists, Yankton, South Dakota. These aren't common. A bunch of broken lamp chimneys. Broken pharmaceutical bottle. Here's that same style. This one's whole though. Another Lydia Pinkham's. I'm down nearly 5 feet into a solid use layer. This pit has never been cleaned out. It is completely intact. We've got a few more pieces exposed, including one that could be really good. Looks like another tool top shoe polish bottle. This one looks like it's a Hutchinson soda. Feels intact. Yeah, Fred Schnauber, Yankton, South Dakota, with a mug base. That is awesome. It's like a crock lid. May have been used for a chamber pot. This is solid 1890s. French square style drugstore bottle. Yeah, EM Coates and Son Druggists, Yankton, South Dakota. Oh wow. I believe this is an opium vial. I've always been told these contained opium. And another shoe polish. Whitmore, Boston, USA. 5 pieces exposed in the southeast corner of the pit. Looks like a Castoria. Dr. S. Pitcher's Castoria. It's a tooled top, circa 1890s. Oh, that's an unusual piece. Like the top's chipped, but maybe it was a perfume or some kind of import. It's interesting. Oh, here we go. Awesome. Yeah, oh, this type of stuff isn't usually intact, and it's got an awesome stamp on it. Looks like a castle of some sort. That pink stamp is really cool. I believe this was another shoe polish. Would have had a paper label on it. We get a lot of questions about the maps we use. Well, this one's from 1891. It shows this neighborhood. This is the house we're digging behind. The pit's right about here.
I have another map from 1875, and the smudged area is where we're at. I looked closely and didn't see another structure there, meaning this should be the earliest pit on the property. Looks like another Lydia Pinkham's. Okay, the top's knocked off. Yeah, Lydia Pinkham's vegetable compound. Oh, another shoe polish. That's where the label would have been. You can see the indent. A drugstore bottle. Oh, what do we have here? City Drugstore, Yankton, South Dakota. Oh, that's awesome. It's got a shoulder seal on it, circa 1890. And this one, maybe amber? Oh, that's wild. Yeah, it's an amber shoe polish bottle. Would have had a paper label there in that center part. Let's see, I see some embossing on this thing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Worcestershire. This Lee and Perrins. Looks like Hafford. I've never heard of that. Hafford Leicestershire. Wow, I wonder if that was a competitor to the Worcestershire sauce. It's a tooled top, dates back to about 1890. Plenty of ironstone pieces. Looks like nearly a whole plate. See some kind of a stamp. A very, very weak stamp. You can't read it, but you can see there's some kind of coat of arms, typical with English potters. Maybe a coffee cup. Yeah. Ironstone coffee cup. Must have broken, so they threw it down. Down almost 6 feet. Still haven't found bottom. Look at all this stuff. This is something else. Looks like a little ink bottle. No markings on it. That's a tooled top though. What's this? Looks like some kind of beer bottle. ABG Company. I believe that could be the Adolphus Busch Glass Company. There we go, some whiteware. Warranted KT&K granite. I find these all over the Midwest. Broken lamp chimney. This has some embossing. Chicago, Illinois. H.E. Buckland and Company. Dr. King's new discovery. I believe this was a sample-sized medicine. Dates back to about 1890. It's got a tooled top. This one was just sticking out. It's another ink bottle. I'm surprised these don't have any stampings on them. Oh, there it is. Looks like some kind of monogram, CJ and B. It's a tooled top, again an 1890 piece. Now, this lamp chimney. Oh, okay, I thought it was going to be intact, but these are almost always broken unless they were thrown down by mistake. Still no end in sight. I'm not even sure if I found the walls to this thing. I'm blown away. There's a few more pieces exposed. Looks like a drugstore bottle. No embossing on it. Circa 1895.
What's this? Oh, it looks like a sample. Yeah, sample size liquor bottle. Would have held a shot or something. And another shoe polish. They must have had some awesome looking shoes in this house. Still has the brush handle in it. And some kind of toiletry. Ed Pinard, Paris. Okay, I've dug a lot of these all across the Dakotas. Standard toiletry type piece. Maybe a beer bottle. Let's see, it's kind of wedged in with a bunch of other stuff. Okay, this gold pattern. That's kind of cool. There's no maker's mark on it. It's a coffee cup. Okay, it looks like it's a hawk wine. Oh yeah, these are always cool to find. The bottles are so long, and yeah, this one's a tooled top. The bottom's blown out. These are big bottles, tall bottles anyway. Still a solid lime layer. Haven't found bottom yet. Possibly some kind of little apothecary bottle. It's kind of generic, tooled top. Still into the use layer. Many pieces exposed here. This looks like an ink bottle. I'm surprised none of these have stamping. These are usually Carter's or Sanford inks. It's a tooled top though, 1890s. Looks like some kind of drugstore bottle. Blake style. These are never embossed around here. That little prescription. This one could be 1880s actually. And this one is unusual. Wow, it's a little crockery ink. Usually the master inks are crockery, but as just a standard use bottle. That's wild. Oh, this one's got a paper label. Glue. Okay, so yeah, all these we've been finding, they're glue bottles. So again, a tooled top, 1890s. Warranted KT&K granite. Huh. Some standard whiteware. And a coffee cup. Oh, looks to be intact minus the handle. Another one of these kind of clover patterns. Semi-porcelain, I believe. All kinds of stuff down here. A lot of broken ironstone. Broken mason jar. Huh, looks like it could be another glue bottle. Tooled top, no embossing. Another KT&K warranted English piece. Got some kind of paneled piece. I think I see some embossing. For consumption. Oh yeah, Hazeltine and Company. Piso's Kier. This was a really popular product. It was actually a cannabis medicine. Tooled top, dates back to the 1890s. I may have found bottom. Still have a ways to go across though. Oh, that's unusual. That's a really small, like, ornate, almost like sample type piece. The bottom's knocked out, it's got a flared lip. Maybe a ground lip, actually. Huh. Huh. Maybe a little pill bottle, possibly a toiletry, made by the Whittle Tatum Company. It's a threaded top, has a ground lip. 1890s. Huh. It's got a floral pattern on it. Semi-porcelain. Kind of a teacup or a coffee cup. The handle broke, so it was likely discarded because of that. Working my way across bottom, it's a couple drugstore bottles. Tammin and Frostenson, dispensing pharmacists, Yankton, South Dakota. It's got an 1894 patent date on the bottom. And this one, a city drugstore, Yankton, South Dakota. This one's got an 1888 patent date on the bottom. You don't see this style very often with that stamp in the shoulder. It dates back to the 1890s. Hard-packed clay, we're done. The pit's all finished up. Everything dated back to the 1890s. Was on par with a typical residence of those days. Here's some medicine bottles. Some drugstore prescription bottles. An above average amount of shoe dressings. Ketchup, that Worcestershire knockoff bottle. A soda, some inks, glues, broken canning jar, several broken lantern chimneys, a few beers, liquor containers, and the ironstone whiteware. All in all, it was a good dig. We'll get this filled back in. This back portion of the house appears to be an addition. Could have been a kitchen that was added on either at the time of construction or later. And back here, just out the kitchen door, there's a sink spot. The property owners mentioned they've been throwing stuff in to level it off and it keeps sinking. I have a hunch it could be an old cistern. So what I'm going to do is take the topsoil off and see what's buried down there. First piece actually, tool top, pharmaceutical product, Park Davis and Company. This dates back to about 1900, well over 100 years old. Awesome. This pit has been awful. We had to chop through all the cement. I've been using a jackhammer bit on a hammer drill. I think when the cistern was finished as a trash dump, they threw a bunch of excess cement from a project in here. You can see a plastic jug, but that's likely from around the time the cement was thrown in, I did hit a stove ash layer underneath and heard the screech of a bottle. So we kind of have the moment of truth here. I think there's a few down here. Looks like an early machine-made pickled goods container. We have a stamp on the bottom. Paragon, patented. I'm not sure what company that is, but this isn't bad age. It's about 1910, so it's probably worth continuing. This is a deep pit. Well, I've concluded this isn't a cistern. There's no lining. It's rectangular in shape, indicating it's an outhouse. Likely the original outhouse pit to the house. When the addition was put on, they likely filled this in and then dug another one further back. But I've got a few pieces on the way out here. Looks like some kind of preserve jar. Early machine made, circa 1910. No stamping on it. This here looks like some kind of... Whoa! Wow! Okay, I might have some fire damage, but look at that. I believe that's a coin dot pattern. I love this art glass, especially from this era. That is wild. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's a tooled top. Dr. Peters, I believe it's a blood vitalizer. You can see it. I think it has Norwegian writing on it there. These are found all across the Midwest. I believe it had a high alcohol content. And an extract bottle. Oh, wow. Tone Brothers flavoring extracts. Des Moines, Iowa. It's a tooled top, circa 1910. That looks like a porcelain doorknob. These were popular in exterior doors, being they wouldn't corrode from the weather. This has the backing knocked off. Could have been why they discarded it. Oh wow. It's like, yeah, some kind of earthenware piece. No maker's marks. Could be a mixing bowl. I believe that's a mixing bowl with a zinc glaze. We're into a solid trash layer. There's all kinds of stuff here. Looks like a broken perfume bottle. It's that really heavy glass. Some kind of cold cream container. That's stamping on bottom. Oh, the Cudahy Packing Company. They made a lot of just generic products back in the day. Okay. It's like a beer mug, a broken beer mug. Okay, a turn mold wine bottle. I believe it could be English made. A big piece over here. Okay, looks like a really big wine bottle. That's a turn mold. this container was inside this one. Both are cosmetics. Looks like another Cutie packing company. No stamping on this one. This could be interesting here. Maybe a soda. That might be a wine. Full of groundwater. Okay. Big old turn mold applied top wine bottle. Still into a solid ash layer. There's so much stuff down here. Let's see. Tooled top extract bottle. Oh wow. Has a label on it. It's too far gone, I believe. This is an olive oil bottle though. Wow. Another one. The labels are surviving down here. This is an Olympia flask. Maybe hard to see, but it has an 1898 patent on the bottom. You can see there's remnants of a label there. Huh. This bottle's interesting. That's a tooled top. Looks like a GP company on the bottom. It's got some really cool design to it. Oh wow. Another one with a partial label. That's a tooled top. Or no, early machine made. It's a pickled goods container. Put this at about 1910. Alfred Meakin, Royal Ironstone China, England. That's a cool pattern. First the stamp, and it's got this almost like gold looking pattern to it. It's kind of cool. Might have been a saucer for a teacup or something. And I've just crumbled. It could have been a cosmetic container with partial contents. May have had some heat damage from the ashes. That's why it just crumbled to nothing. We're down almost 6 feet into this ash layer. I'm fairly certain this is an outhouse pit based on the dimensions. There's 8 pieces exposed. We'll start off here. Looks like a shoe fly liquor flask with a tooled top, remnants of a paper label. This is something here. Looks like a ink bottle. Carter's, made in USA. Still has some purple ink left in it, and you can see these notches were for the quill pen. Looks like some kind of liquor flask, a tooled top. Remnants of a paper label, although it's illegible. Looks like another wine bottle. Turn mold with an applied top. Interesting, these are usually green. This one's more of an aqua color. This one, part of a paper label. It shattered likely from the heat when all these ashes were thrown down it. It was just a tooled crown top beer. Looks like some kind of medicine extract or sewing machine oil. No embossing, would have had a paper label. Looks like a prescription drugstore bottle. Has incremented sides. It's back to about 1910. Oh wow, this has a lot of writing on it. Dr. Peter's Blood Vitalizer, prepared by Dr. Peter Farney and Sons Company, Chicago, Illinois. Not sure I've dug this one in this size. And there's actually writing on the back of it. I've never seen one of these bottles before. Oh, 1880. Some kind of a tree design or some kind of foliage design on it. That's wild. Looks like a machine-made ball mason jar. It's got a dropped A with a triple loop on it. Dates back to about 1905. An intact plate. Looks like it has fire damage. It's crackled. Has a coat of arms on the back that's English, although no other stampings or markings. Looks like some kind of medicine or extract. Now this one could have a legible label. Looks like it says glycerine. The rest of it's illegible. Maybe some kind of glycerine medicine of some sort. It's a tooled top. As you can see, there's 3 pieces exposed. Now this is a big one. I'm hoping it's going to be intact. These are up top, so I'll pull these out first. Look at that. That is a big drugstore bottle. Patent applied for the Western Bottle Manufacturing Company. It's a 16-ounce size, I believe. Looks like some kind of perfume bottle. No embossing. All right, let's see. So far, so good. Oh, okay, it's broken. No stamping on it. It's a brown zinc glazed piece, though. This is early 1880s, 1890s, right in there. Looks like some pieces were inside of it. Not entirely sure what that is. Could have been part to a lamp or just some decorative piece. Toiletry. Some kind of clay doorknob. It's like a fake wood pattern if you look close. Wow, ironstone china lid. Would have been to some kind of dinner set. You can see the brown stenciling, maybe transferware. There's the bottom of the crock. So it was cracked, that's why they threw it down. You can see the rust deposits in the brake. No markings on bottom. I'm not entirely sure what company would have made this. Likely something around the Midwest. Plenty more to go. Still in a solid ash layer. Looks like some kind of food product here. Early machine-made jar. And I scraped up against something. Whoa! No way! Oh, it looks like cow figurine. Maybe one of the legs is broken off of it. Must know why they discarded it. That is awesome. A broken jelly jar. No embossing on it. The pit is just loaded. There's stuff everywhere. Looks like some kind of ground lip piece made by the Whittle Tatum Company. Could have been an apothecary, some kind of powder of some sort. Oh wow, there's all kinds of broken glass here. A solid trash layer for sure. It's like a broken prescription bottle. Tooled top. Oh wow. Okay. Eddie and Eddie, I see it on the label. This was a extract company out of St. Louis, I believe. And there's a chance this label is fully intact, so I'm not going to mess with it. But you can see part of Eddie from the Eddie and Eddie Company. That is something else. Another one with a label. Alcohol, it says on it. Some kind of pharmacy. Chamberlain's colic and cholera. Colic and cholera. Cholera and diarrhea remedy. Wow, that's a lot to say there. Tooled top. Tooled top drugstore bottle. This pit's getting earlier. We were getting some incremented stuff, and this predates that. I put this at about 1900. Another one with a label on it. Let's see. Just a tooled top prescription bottle otherwise. Let's see the label. I try to wet that down and see if I can read something on it. Another drugstore prescription bottle. Not sure if I've seen this style. Sometimes the glass company will put the style on the bottom. And not sure. It's like Eventide or something along those lines. Circa 1900. This one fell out. Looks like a machine-made preserve jar of some sort. Some kind of apothecary bottle. No embossing. That looks like a barrel type ink. It's a early machine made. No other embossing. and one of those fake wood porcelain enamel doorknobs. All right, shoe fly liquor flask, unembossed. Wow, look at all this stuff down here. This is just packed. It's like, okay, a broken drugstore bottle. It's probably a 12-ounce size. Oh, wow. It's like a enamelware bowl. That's got kind of a cool pattern. It's circa 1900, I suppose. A plain ironstone whiteware plate, KT&K granite, warranted, so it's granite ware. Another prescription bottle made by the Western Bottle Manufacturing Company. It's tooled top. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 more pieces here in the corner. This is a solid trash layer. Let's see. Wow. Is this thing blue? This thing's cobalt blue. The New York Pharmaceutical Association, lactopeptine, the best remedy agent in digestive disorders. That's panel. That thing is something else. You can see all the different types of embossing on it. And lactopeptine. This is one of the coolest bottles I've dug. Tool top ketchup bottle. No embossing. It's got a cool kind of paneled style to it, though. Looks like a little perfume bottle. Tooled top. Some kind of embossing on the bottom. Oh, just IG company. That's the Illinois Glass Company. Good age, turn of the century. This thing gets stuck in here. Early machine-made beer bottle. No embossing. Wow. Looks like there's some pieces in it as well. That's an old mixing bowl of some sort. That's a zinc glazed ironstone stoneware. Actually, it's a stoneware mixing bowl. I've wiped the bottom of this piece and noticed some stamping. This is actually from the Red Wing Stoneware Company. They were one of the biggest stoneware companies in the US, located in Red Wing, Minnesota. Now, once in a while you can get some of these with advertising stamped on the side. Businesses would have paid to have their company's name stamped into it, and those can be very valuable, thousands of dollars actually. But this one's plain, although it's cool to see something from that company. I still haven't found this side of the pit, although in the corner of what I'm digging, I saw some kind of bottle sticking out. Looks like a prescription bottle of some sort. No embossing on it, circa 1905. And then down here, I've got a few pieces exposed. This one is on top, let's see. Just another perfume bottle with the top knocked off. Some kind of prescription bottle. Made by the Western Bottle Manufacturing Company. It's a tooled top. Oh wow, there's a ton of stuff in here. Another enamelware bowl. A cool blue and white pattern. Oh wow. Ball mason jar. Dropped a triple loop. Machine made. Usually these are broken. It's cool to see one whole. Looks like a tool top beer bottle. Should have had some embossing on it, but made by the Streeter Bottle and Glass Company. You can see SB&G Company. Just a tooled crown top. And another one, malt something. See, it's a something brewing company. You can see the label says malt. I'll have to wet it down and see if it can be legible. Tool top prescription bottle. Wow, it's got incremented sides. An Eagle style liquor flask. Tooled top. Oh wow, some kind of a decorative lid to a dinner set. You can see that brown stenciling. Porcelain enamel, I believe. Semi-porcelain. Another prescription bottle. Made by the Western Bottle Manufacturing Company. Oh wow, that's a big condiment container. Let's see, it had a threaded top, although it's tooled. There's gotta be some embossing on this thing. Wow, yeah, some kind of condiment, possibly ketchup. As you can see, I'm almost 9 feet in the ground. There's no end in sight. This pit is something else. Got a few more pieces. I've found 3 of the sides so far. An Olympia style flask, 1898 patent. A French square style drugstore bottle, the tool top. We've got some writing. Dr. D. Jane's expectorant, Philadelphia, $50, half size. Oh wow. There's a graniteware kettle. That's cool, still got the handle on it. An early machine-made beer bottle, circa 1910. Tool top drugstore bottle. Oh, okay, a lamp burner. Looks like it's made out of brass. You can see it's tarnished green. Well, I think it's the top to a crock. It's got a really nice blue color, like a baby blue. Early machine-made beer. Oh, you know what? That's a tooled top, made by the American Bottle Company. Early machine-made beer. No embossing. Tool top drugstore bottle, made by the Western Bottle Manufacturing Company. Early machine-made preserve container. Another unembossed drugstore bottle. Yeah, it looks like some kind of dish. Stone china, just a coat of arms, no company marks on it. Wow, that's a lot of medicine bottles here. It's got incremented sides, circa 1910. It's like a Streeter bottle and glass company beer. We've had a tooled tops broken though. These need to start having embossing on them. Oh wow, Eddie's Vanilla. The label's still intact on that thing. The colors are great. It's the Eddie and Eddie Manufacturing Company. We are almost 10 feet in the ground. This seems to be a dipped privy that was filled with stove ashes and garbage. Later on, it still drops a couple more feet, but there is all kinds of pieces shown here. This one I've been wondering about. It's kind of loose. It's some kind of brass object. I think it's part of a lantern of some sort, but I'm not entirely sure. It's well over 100 years old. Looks like these mason jar lids fell out of it. I believe these are Boyd's. And this one has a monogram. Looks like it's from the Consolidated Fruit Jar Company. Oh, there's just all kinds of stuff in here. Let's see. Castoria, which one is it? Dr. S. Pitcher. It's tooled top. Laxative medicine. Ah, there we go. Excelsior Drugstore F.A. Brecht, Yankton. Prescription drugstore bottle. Okay. Looks like a slick, unembossed drugstore bottle. Ketchup bottle. Tooled top, no embossing. Another drugstore bottle made by the Western Bottle Manufacturing Company. This is insane. Look at all this stuff. It's some kind of preserved bottle. You'll see it says vanilla on the label on the neck. That's wild. I'm still amazed at how well these labels are preserved down here. I hear more bottles grinding down there. It's like a ketchup bottle. No embossing, tooled top. Another prescription bottle. Partial label, but isn't legible. There's all kinds of stuff here. I don't know which one to pull out first. This is wild. And there's embossing on it. It's a 3-panel bottle. What's this even say? It's kind of hard to hold this thing. Excelsior Sewing Machine Company, Chicago, Illinois. Mine's just caked on. Alright, let's see. There's a bottle down here, some kind of, and another one. Keep pulling them out, I guess. It's a Olympia style flask, an 1898 patent on the bottom. Tooled top. What is this? Maybe a mason jar. Oh wow, okay, it's a threaded top liquor flask. Let's see. I think this is a pewter cap. It has a ground lip. This was actually an early manufacturing process where the seams would leave a ridge and they had to grind it down smooth so the cap would fit. Here we go. Alright. Oh, looks like a perfume atomizer. That's wild. It's got some gold leaf design on it. Huh. What's in this thing? This is no doubt the trash layer. Some kind of a lid, possibly to a cold cream container. No stamping on it though. Yeah, it looks like yeah, there's the kettle and the lid. Some kind of enameled ware piece. Let's see. There's all kinds of stuff here. I don't know which one to pull out first. This is wild. And there's embossing on it. It's a 3-panel bottle. What's this even say? It's kind of hard to hold this thing. Excelsior Sewing Machine Company, Chicago, Illinois. Oh, mine's just caked on. Alright, let's see. There's a bottle down here, some kind of, and another one. Keep pulling them out, I guess. It's a Olympia style flask, an 1898 patent on the bottom, tooled top. What is this? Maybe a mason jar. Oh wow, okay, it's a threaded top liquor flask. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is a pewter cap. It has a ground lip. This was actually an early manufacturing process where the seams would leave a ridge and they had to grind it down smooth so the cap would fit. Here we go. Alright. Oh, it looks like a perfume atomizer. That's wild. It's got some gold leaf design on it. Huh. What's in this thing? This is no doubt the trash layer. Some kind of a lid, possibly to a cold cream container. No stamping on it though. Yeah, it looks like yeah, there's the kettle and the lid. Some kind of enameled ware piece. Some kind of a liquor flask, unembossed, tooled top. That's an older style, I think, drugstore bottle. It's busted. And a Blake style. Yeah, it's got that label on it. No embossing though. EL and Company. Not sure I've dug one of these before. Blake style though. Okay, a mason jar with the bottom blown out. Let's see. Ball jar with a dropped A triple loop. It's machine made. Yeah, up here it looks like some kind of wash basin, possibly ironstone china. This is one of the deeper pits I've been in. Must be down almost 10 feet now. What's going on here? Wow, something's lodged in there. Oh, that's an oldie. I believe this is a Philadelphia oval style drugstore bottle. It does have a rounded lip. I'd put that at about 1905. And Okay, some kind of tool top beer bottle made by the American Bottle Company. And that 08 on there could be a date code of 1908. That would definitely fit the time frame. Looks like an English ale, 3-piece mold. Yeah, no label, left intact, but has some nice green glass. Might be a crock, or a beater crock of some sort. Kind of extract bottle, tool top. Oh, wow, this pit is loaded. Unembossed prescription bottle. There it is. It's loose. Beater crock. Sometimes these have stamping for local businesses, although not this one. There may be a use layer down there. You see that brown color? Could be an old outhouse pit, but old beater crock. There are more pieces down here than I can count. Wow, looks like a little sample perfume of some sort. Sometimes these are embossed. Palmer's, okay. Yeah, they were a popular toiletry company around the turn of the century. And some kind of a plate. Too faint to read. There's a stamp on it, likely some kind of English-made piece. Got a decorative rim on it. You can see it's got that green and gold design. What's going on with this? Wow, it's a clothes wringer. That's something. Look at that. Must have worn out and they chucked it down. Awesome. And the bottle. It's got incremented sides. Oh, wow. Mason's patent, November 30th, 1858. That's an oldie and it appears to be in great shape. Ground lip. Wow, it's pre-1900. Got a little machine-made ink bottle. Looks like Carter's ink. And oh, hey, that's embossed. Walbaum and Asith, druggist, Yankton, South Dakota. It's like a Castoria at Dr. S. Pitcher's. Tooled top was a castor oil laxative medicine. These things just keep coming out. Wow. Oh, hey, it's embossed. Yeah, Excelsior Drugstore, F.A. Brecht, Yankton. This is just solid glass down here. What's this? Looks like a food product, some kind of pickled goods container. A partial label, but it's too far gone to read. Looks like a citrate of magnesia bottle. No embossing, partial paper label. See, it's got the stopper still intact. Here we go. Tool top prescription bottle. No embossing. A coffee cup. It's yellowed, but this would have been a whiteware piece at one point. Likely got stained by the ground. We may have a soda. Looks like a crown top. Come on. Oh, no embossing. It's a tooled top, I believe. Oh, wait. What is that? Columbia of ketchup. Extra quality. See, there's a monogram on the shoulder. There's a ton of pieces here. Looks like a tooled top beer. No embossing. Alright, we got a couple of them. Got a tooled top drugstore bottle, no embossing. And I thought I heard some embossing there. Lions for the hair. Huh. I don't even know what that says. New York. So lions for the hair. Tool top. It's like a tool top beer. No embossing, remnants of a paper label, but nothing legible. Citrate bottle, I believe it's got a stopper still in it. There's no embossing. Oh wait. Oh, there it is, citrate of magnesia. Really faint embossing. It's a tool top bottle. And a broken plate. KT&K granite. I've dug enough of these to know what that is. A tool top drugstore bottle. No embossing. I'm nearly 12 feet in the ground. This is one of the deeper pits I've dug. We hit a solid use layer. Brown, ground's a brown color. It's a machine-made ketchup bottle. No embossing. Machine-made pickled goods container. No embossing. Now this bottom layer is just packed, and I can't even get a probe through the ground. Wow, that's an oldie there. That's an old Hawk wine bottle. That's potentially 1880s. Wow, I can't even get my trowel in the ground. Oh yeah, we're in it. Whoa. Soda bottle. Colfax Mineral Water Company, Colfax, Iowa. Try to hold this up to the camera so you can read it. It's an applied crown top. There we go. Big old Hawk wine bottle. That's a tooled top. I love these things. They have a really cool shape. Oh, machine made. Machine made English ale bottle. Cool green color. We found bottom at almost the 12-foot mark. We found an intact layer, maybe the bottom 6-8 inches, mixed in the original 1880s layer with the newer stuff. Hopefully we'll get a few original pieces out of here. Oh. Get out of here. Okay. Oh, okay. That's an oldie. Is that an applied top? Let's see. That's a tooled top. That's older than any beers we pulled out of here today. No embossing on it, but yeah, it's a cork top beer. Tooled top shoe polish bottle, blacking of some sort. Like a tooled top ketchup bottle. What company? Patent applied for the Heinz Company. Early machine-made English ale. Oh wow, that's a big one. Walbaum and Aseth Druggist, Yankton, South Dakota. It's a tooled top. It's the biggest one of these I've ever dug. No embossing. Drugstore bottle. Machine-made English ale bottle. Another. Looks like 3 more English ale bottles right along bottom here. Into the old use layer. Yep, machine made. Finishing the final side of this. Looks like a prescription bottle with incremented sides. Oh wow, an applied top beer, 3-piece mold. Has some stamping on the bottom. Arnas, A-R-N-A-S. But if you look at the top, it's crude. It's applied. It's probably 1880s, I suppose. There we go. It's a turn mold, I believe. Turn mold English ale, applied top. Machine made English ale. Tool top ketchup bottle. No stamping on it. Another one. Whoa. There's like a sink spot in the middle of this pit. You see that? What's going on with that? I can't even see the bottom of it. It's too far down for animals to burrow. I wonder if it could have been the pipe to a well. But oh, this is definitely an outhouse pit with this use layer. I'll dig around it. That's wild. Wow, I'm hearing dirt chunks fall down there and they're just dropping into nowhere. That's a stamp, but it was smudged. It's like a standard floral pattern, turn of the century. Another English ale, no embossing. Another extract bottle, tooled top. Whoa. Flower planter. Oh, you know what? This pattern looks familiar. Sometimes the Red Wing Stoneware Company made these. There's no stamp though. Another one of those English ale bottles. Tool top prescription drugstore bottle. Unembossed shoe fly flask. What's this? Looks like a tool top blob beer. No embossing, but that's an oldie. Jeweled top drugstore bottle. This pit is done. The pit is all finished up. This thing was insane. 12 feet deep. Here's the hull. This was something else. We'll go through these bottles. We've organized them by category. So there's an olive oil, some pickled goods, condiment containers, ketchups, a couple citrate of magnesias, extract bottles, canning jars, a bunch of prescription drugstore bottles. Look at all of those, all the way down the line, some of those embossed ones. Down here we have some liquor flasks and some medicines, including that cobalt blue one. There was a bunch of utility wear, dinnerware, some ink bottles, a good amount of beers, and a few wines. Well, this was quite the dig. We have a ways to go, but we'll get this filled back in and hit the road.